If the BMW S1000 XR is too intimidating and expensive for you, the new F900 XR should catch your attention. This lower displacement, fewer cylinder, and budget-friendly alternative to the S1000 XR joined the Bavarian brand's India portfolio in 2020 along with the F900R Naked Roadster. The sports ADV Tourer competes against the likes of the Ducati Multistrada 950 and the Triumph Tiger 900 GT motorcycles. However, the BMW motorcycle is more road-based than the competition and it thus features 17-inch alloy wheels on both ends instead of a 19-inch front setup on its rivals. BMW F900XR front view. Apart from the S1000 XR inspired styling, the F900 XR is also loaded with several electronic rider aids, standard and optional, which make it a perfect tool for everyday use. So, the 895cc Sports ADV Tourer is a marriage of practicality with fun at a relatively affordable price point. But does easy accessibility come with compromise on the fun factor? We tested the motorcycle for this first ride review. The visuals. BMW F900XR windscreen. In terms of design, the similarities with the S1000 XR are evident, and the BMW F900 XR packs features such as sleek twin-pod LED headlights with adaptive cornering lights, a two-step adjustable windscreen, a sharp semi-fairing design, a muscular fuel tank, and a step-up saddle. The sharp look of the front fascia is enhanced by a dual-tone finish while the color of the fairing adds a nice contrast to the visuals. Unlike the S1000 XR, the F900 XR misses an engine cowl. BMW F900XR TFT instrument cluster. From the rider's saddle, you can see a modern, fully digital instrument cluster in a plethora of buttons, including the BMW multi-controller on the handlebar. The equipment at the back such as the taillight, rear blinkers, and the number plate are mounted on a removable stalk. The rider can even remove the complete assembly when visiting a racetrack. BMW F900XR left side multifunction switchgear. The motorcycle lives up to the standards of the German build quality, and all the bits and pieces have been tucked in their pieces properly. The paint quality and the fit and finish is commendable. The switchgear, too, feels premium, and all the buttons are ergonomically placed and easily accessible while riding the motorcycle. Buyers can opt between two color options, light white and racing red. We had the racing red color option for the review, and it looks instantly desirable. The package. BMW F900XR headlight. The styling is complemented by modern and premium features that comprise of full LED lighting, cornering lights, an information-rich color TFT display, and a sufficiently packed electronics package. Being the Pro variant, the F900XR came standard with an electronically adjustable rear suspension, bi-directional quickshifter, and a cruise control system. BMW F900XR TFT instrument cluster. The information-rich, Bluetooth-enabled, 6.5-inch color TFT screen shows data such as tachometer, speedometer, gear position indicator, fuel gauge, distance to empty, riding mode, traction control setting, temperature, and a lot more. The display works with BMW Motorrad's smartphone app to record the ride-related data, gives access to incoming phone calls, music, and the turn-by-turn navigation. BMW F900XR engine. From right. In terms of performance, the BS6 compliant, 895cc, parallel twin, liquid-cooled engine makes a healthy 103 bhp of maximum power at 8,500 revolutions per minute and 92 Nm of peak torque at 6,500 revolutions per minute. BMW F900XR left side view. The motor is based on the unit from F850 GS. BMW Motorrad has increased the bore size by 2 mm to achieve the added displacement, previously 853cc. The engine features a crankshaft with 90-degree offset crankpins and a 270/450th degree firing order. This gives the motor a V-twin-like character in the compact dimensions of a parallel twin. The parallel twin engine is linked to a 6-speed transmission that benefits from an assist in a slipper clutch. The motor has a linear power delivery. Point the tachometer above 2000 revolutions per minute mark, and the F900XR will keep moving forward without any fuss. It starts to pull away cleanly anywhere right from 3000 revolutions per minute onwards, with a step up in acceleration near the 6000 revolutions per minute mark. The two riding modes, rain and road, give access to the full 103 bhp, although the throttle response is gentler in the rain mode. Both can be selected on the fly using the mode button on the right side of the handlebar. Heat management is commendable too, and while things got warm, it never got unbearably hot, one of the perks of having a parallel twin motor instead of V-twin engine where one cylinder head is very close to your legs. BMW F900XR gear shift lever. The 6-speed transmission feels crisp, while the bi-directional quickshifter makes the ride even more fun. The quickshifter works well for both up and down shifts. BMW F900XR front disc brake. The braking setup complements the friendly power plant on the F900XR. The anchoring setup, which comprises of twin 320mm discs with 4-piston calipers at the front and a single 265mm rotor with a single piston caliper at the back, deliver a decent amount of initial bite and it feels progressive. There's plenty power to bring the F900XR to a halt in a considerably lower time and distance. The safety net of ABS ensures that there's no drama in case of emergency braking, although the system at the rear kicks in too early. Also, there's no provision to turn off the ABS tech. The ergonomics are set for a comfortable ride. Thus, the F900XR comes equipped with a tall set handlebar and slightly rear set footpegs which deliver a sportier yet comfortable rider's triangle. While the handlebar is tall enough to offer upright ergonomics, you have to reach for it when standing on the footpegs. BMW F900XR handlebar. The semi-fairing design and the small windscreen at the front deliver a decent protection from the wind, although tall riders will notice a fair amount of buffeting on the helmet at high speeds. BMW does offer a taller windscreen as an option. BMW F900XR rear suspension. The suspension setup at the back can be electronically adjusted while the front does not get any settings. The setup has a sportier tuning without being too harsh. The suspension works well at highway cruising speeds, filtering most of the minor undulations effortlessly. The rider can select between two primary settings for the suspension, road and dynamic. Road is the softest setting available while things get even sportier in the dynamic mode. The electronic setup can also be adjusted for various preload settings: rider, rider with luggage, rider with pillion, and rider with luggage and pillion. BMW F900XR bike seat. The seat height of 825mm makes terra firma easily accessible, and I could plant both my feet flat on the ground. The padding, on the other hand, could have been better as the stock setup feels hard. The refinement levels are commendable too, and you can cruise in the mid-range of the tachometer without any vibrations. Mild vibrations are only evident in the higher rev band, closer to redline. At 219 kilograms, the motorcycle does feel heavy, and it takes some effort to move it around in the parking. However, once in motion, it's remarkably easy to ride. It feels agile too, and the direction changes are quick. The turning radius is surprisingly short, and making U-turns is fairly easy on the F900XR. BMW F900XR headlight. The hardware works well too, and the full LED headlamp lights up the dark roads like a Las Vegas strip. The color TFT display carries sufficiently large readings for the ride-related data, and it is easy to read in bright daylight or at night. Verdict: the BMW F900XR is among the most friendly motorcycles that I have ridden in my career as a motoring journalist, and over a decade and a half of motorcycling. It looks appealing, while the feature list is comprehensive and the engine is tractable. You can further customize the vehicle with a plethora of official accessories that are directly available through BMW Motorrad dealerships. The negatives are rare, but the motorcycle will feel better with a slightly softer setting for the suspension and better padding for the saddle. The dynamic riding modes, too, could have been standard, at least in the Pro model. But I'm nitpicking here. The prices are competitive too, and the standard variant of the F900XR is available at 10.50 lakh rupees, while the Pro version is priced at 11.50 lakh rupees ex-showroom. So, if you're in the market for a sporty ADV tourer, you should look no further.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up.